I walk into a coffee shop and they're just like, I think it's so boring that you even drink coffee. And like, I think your shirt's boring, and I think everything is boring except my new tattoo, which will be boring tomorrow, so that's boring. So you gotta take what you have and you gotta appreciate it. You know what I mean? Grass could always be greener, but grass is greener where you water it. I hope you give a lot of water, really, well, I hope you give more claps to this next comedian. Another local, don't water him, that sounds weird. Let's not do that. Can we take that back? But please give a warm welcome. We're gonna keep this show moving right along. We have a lot of people, but next is the one, the only, my dear friend, Tom Wolf.
I came here to kick bubblegum and chew ass. And I'm all out of metaphors, so to set my drink down, I'm just not that good. So, my pronouns. What? Oh, is that funny? It's funny when I say it. My pronouns are I, me, my. Like the song by the Dead Beatle, you know? I mean, I'm assuming it's a dead one, but it's 50-50, right? It's not 50-50, it's 25-75. There's no way Ringo wrote that song. He's gonna outlive them all, you know that, right? Like, you know he's gonna be the last Beatle standing. Turns out he's the fucking cool one. I didn't even know that, but he is. Anyway, if we're in conversation, my pronoun is you. That's pretty good, right? Standard, classic. It's the third person, that's where it gets complicated, right? So my advice to you is if you're talking about me in the third person, just fucking don't. I'm right here. There you go, there's a little grammatical lesson for you. I get worked up over shit like that. I've been told that I'm a grammar Nazi. I don't appreciate that. I think of myself as more of a grammar proud boy. Emojis will not replace us. Last time I was here, I talked a lot about this phenomenon. Truck flags, remember this? It's kind of gone now. I don't know what happened. I was hoping there'd be a bunch of Biden truck flags. How come that didn't happen? Have you heard this thing called, there's like a coded joke? It's pretty good. It's like the number one conservative joke. It's, let's go, Brandon. You heard of that? You know what it means? Ah! You're gonna die over this. So yeah. The story is, oh, you know the fucking story. It's just the stupidest joke. It's like, let's go Brandon with an I-N apostrophe. I can just picture Biden driving up in his Corvette, you know, the Corvette next to the stack of documents or whatever. He's got this guy, his aviator glasses, and he's like, get in, loser. We're gonna go Brandon. That was stupid. Fuck. Thought I'd try that one out. Boo. I wish I could be in the audience booing this guy right now. You guys are winning. But, you know, we saw a lot of these going on. My favorite, you know, there's like, fuck your feelings. Remember that? There was somebody driving around here in a flag with fuck your feelings. They were all like Trump, MAGA flags. My favorite one, that was a few years ago, a couple years ago. It said, Trump 2020, no more bullshit. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, no, I could see, like, it was 2016. Remember 2016? Good times. Except David Bowie died and Princess Leia died. It was a shitty year. There've been a bunch of shitty years for a while now. Been like a string of shitty years, but like if it had been 2016, and there was this, you know, Trump flag, no more bullshit. I mean, I could kind of see it. It's crass, it's crude, it's lowest common denominator, but you know, I could see it like, there's been 8 years, or however many years of bullshit. That ends now. This was his re-election campaign. His re-election. No more bullshit. What? We've had 4 years. Admittedly, there's been a little bit of bullshit. No more. Moving forward. So you see these flags, you know. I like this, there's the one, have you seen this one? It's looks like the American flag, but it's black and white. Has a blue streak in the middle. Never seen that? It doesn't say anything, it's just like, whoa. I thought it was Antifa or something, I assume, because, it's a radical riff on the American flag. Turns out that's not what it is. It's like back the blue or lick the boot or something like that. And sometimes you'll see that lick the boot right next to that yellow flag with the little snake on the thing. Don't tread on me. Right next to each other. Okay. Now thinking of that don't tread on me, I think of it like a Second Amendment kind of thing, like you come to take my guns. Like Obama was supposed to, remember that? How'd that work out? Did Obama take everybody's guns or did we just move past that? Okay. But, I can get with the sentiment of like, you coming here for mine? I just think, okay, but you also have a back the blue. Who is it that you think is going to show up to take your guns? You think it's Nancy Pelosi? Or like AOC in the squad is going to be like, give us your guns. No, dude, it'll be cops, dummy. What are you going to do about that? Sometimes I think some of these back blue guys, and like you put it on your car or whatever, so that if you're driving a little erratically, you're like betting on, the police officer behind you going like, he's one of ours. I don't think that's gonna work, dummy. These guys, pride themselves on being like rugged individualist, and they're appealing to law enforcement. How do you live with yourself? Good Lord. I picture these guys, there's the kid in elementary school who would like start some shit with other kids and then go run and hide by the yard duty. Like, I'm friends with the yard duty. What? You're cool, yard duty. See those kids over there? I think they're gonna start smoking in a couple years. You should get involved now. I'm with the yard duty. But I even have problems, I have to admit this, okay? I have mixed feelings about just the American flag, just the regular American flag, I'm not a big fan of the color scheme, the red, white, blue, I don't know. Like it's the same as the French and the British and like what all the Freemason countries, all the countries founded by Freemasons, whatever. That's a whole other thing. But have you ever had this experience, like I'll be driving down into town or into some new neighborhood and it's not 4th of July or Flag Day or whatever, but there's a bunch of American flags on corners and everywhere. And I think, what the fuck is going on? What happened? Or what's about to happen? Like it makes me uncomfortable. And you'd think that I'd be cis, het, white, male, looking, yeah, no. So I have mixed feelings about it, but mostly it's the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's talk about the Pledge of Allegiance, can we? Let's talk about that. I have mixed feelings. Actually, I don't have mixed feelings. I have one feeling. No. Here's why. I don't know if you've read about it. So there's a guy, Francis Bellamy, is a guy who wrote this poem, like in the early 30s. And he was a proto-national socialist. Look it up, that's what he was. Francis Bellamy, kind of like Francis Scott Key, wrote that other thing. You've heard of it. Anyway. With the rockets and bombs, and their tanks, and their bombs, and their bombs. I don't think it wasn't that one, I get them mixed up. But, it was actually written specifically for children to chant. It was for children in school, part of an indoctrination of helping kids realize that we're all part of a collective, we're all on the same team. You're putting the group in front of your own personal interests. I guess it's good. I don't know. I'm gonna say no, it's not good. But whatever, maybe it is. But this is how they used to do it. This is real, you can look this up. So, you're familiar with I pledge allegiance. You know how it goes. This is how it used to be in the early 30s when I started. You'd start with your hand over your heart just for the first 3 words. I pledge allegiance. And then you would indicate the flag like this for the rest of the chant. Yeah, look it up. Somewhere around the late 30s, it got a little awkward for some reason. Maybe, let's just keep the hand here. This is good. Why don't we do that? And then in the 50s, during the Cold War, they inserted something. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about. They inserted a word, a little phrase, a little two-word clause that wasn't in there before. And they're like, well, the Ruskies, they pledge allegiance to their flag too. Well, duh, they're a bunch of collectivists, a bunch of mindless drones chanting at a flag. So we got to do that. We're different. We have God. We have to get the under God into there. Yeah, it's like Cthulhu or some shit, like some fucking ancient eldritch under God. Well, where are we going to put it? Let's see. There's a phrase, one nation, indivisible. Let's say that again, shall we? One nation, indivisible. Those ideas are intrinsically linked. I've got an idea. Let's break that up and insert the under God. Like, we got to get God in there, but we got to use a preposition like to, with, for, under. Someone came up with under. What the fuck? So, I used to be on the city council of Colfax years ago. True story, not a joke. So, I know it's funny, whatever. You know how you're laughing about Colfax? The way you think of Colfax, that's how Nevada City thinks of Grass Valley. So, but, I would say it differently, just for my own personal thing. I would say, I pledge allegiance to the Constitution of the United States of America. And that's not easy to do because they are not syllabically harmonious. Everyone else saying flag, I'm saying Constitution. And then when it got to the one nation, I would take a breather. I would just take a breath, kind of like taking a knee, but less controversial apparently. And I felt like, having slid the word Constitution in where everybody else said flag, I kind of earned a little breather right there, so I just took a little breather. That's how I did it. But it has since occurred to me, just like earlier this week, I was thinking about this. There's way more to this, but apparently I'm going a little bit long, so I'm going to get out of here. This is what occurred to me. I'd like an even shorter version. I could get behind an even shorter version. It was just, I pledge allegiance to liberty and justice for all. What? Get rid of all that middle shit. Fuck all that national shit. Anyhow, I'm Tom Wolf. See you guys.
Let's keep it going for Tom Wolf! And liberty and justice! The fuck? And liberty and justice!